What if I told you the fight we've been waiting for since 1999 finally happened, and Darth Maul never stood a chance? Because when Maul faces Darth Vader, this isn't a duel, it's a hunt. And by the end of this, Maul loses the fight, but still wins.
This is the way. This is the way.
Welcome to Fatherly Phantom. I'm your host, Chris, and if you love Star Wars deep dives and everything nerdy, you're in the right place. So hit that subscribe button. Trust me, your inner nerd will thank you. Today, we're breaking down chapters 9 and 10 of Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord, the explosive finale that changes everything for Maul, Devon, and the future of the galaxy's underworld. Chapter 9, Strange Allies. We kick things off with a major meeting. Maul and Dryden Voss, originally played by Paul Bettany in Solo: A Star Wars Story, but in this series, Voss is voiced by Scott White, who actually studied Bettany's performance closely to capture that same mercurial anarchic sociopath energy. And it shows, and right away, we get a huge setup. Dryden offers Maul a deal: escape the Empire, kill Crimson Dawn's leader, put Dryden in charge. But if you know the lore, you already know that's not how this ends. Maul isn't helping him, he's using him. Maul strengthens his connection with Devon through the Force, mirroring moments like The Empire Strikes Back, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. But here's what matters: Maul is evolving. He respects Jedi Master Daki, shows restraint, even suggests the galaxy may have been better under the Jedi. This isn't the same Maul from The Phantom Menace, guys. This is a strategist. And what's fascinating is Maul isn't just a Sith anymore. He's something else entirely, operating outside the rule of two. Then we get one of the best animated lightsaber battles we've ever seen. Think Star Wars Rebels, but bigger, faster, more chaotic, multiple blades, zero breathing room, pure chaos. And there's a deep cut nod here. Maul taking down the Walker mirrors Starkiller in The Force Unleashed, which fits perfectly since both characters were voiced by the great Sam Witwer. And then something unexpected happens, guys. Maul lets Daki escape. Up to this point, you might think Maul is changing, but here's where the illusion completely breaks. Fog, silence, then breathing. We get it, guys. And just like that, Darth Vader steps out of the shadows. That shot, a direct callback to Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. And real quick, if you're loving this breakdown so far, hit that subscribe button. This is exactly what we do here. But there's an entire other layer here hardcore fans will catch. The jungle setting, the fog, the isolation feels straight out of the Splinter of the Mind's Eye. That early story had Vader stalking through a misty jungle, slow, relentless, unstoppable. This isn't a duel, this is a hunt. Alright, for my rating of Chapter 9, it gets a solid 9 out of 10. Fast-paced, tense, and it plays just like one long survival chase. Alright, now we get into Chapter 10, the finale, the Dark Lord. Vader dominates. Now we get the fight, and it's not close. Vader fights one-handed, minimal movements, pure power, just like in A New Hope. In this classic Form 5 combat, Dimso, also known as the Way of the Krayt Dragon, or Perseverance form, built around heavy, overpowering strikes and turning defense into immediate counterattacks. Not finesse, dominant. And I'm gonna say, guys, this might be the most terrifying Darth Vader we've ever seen outside of Rogue One. And Maul figures it out. Maul senses a former Jedi, massive dark side presence, and remembers what he learned in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. He connects the dots. Vader is Anakin Skywalker. Then we get a philosophy clash, Daki versus Maul, control versus rage, patience versus power. This is the real fight. And then Maul makes his move, not against Vader, against his own ally. He uses the Force to push Daki into Vader's path. And credit to Sam Witwer here. He's not just voicing Maul, he's helped shape the character for years. And you feel that layered manipulation right here. This mirrors Obi-Wan in A New Hope, Qui-Gon in The Phantom Menace, but flips the meaning completely. This isn't sacrifice, it's strategy. Go back and rewatch it. It hits completely different. And then Devon breaks. I will kill him! And the score elevates it even more. Composed by the Kiner family, Kevin Kiner alongside his kids, Sean Kiner and Deanna Kiner. Longtime Star Wars collaborators. The music blends dark orchestral tones with choral elements from the Notice Ensemble. You can definitely feel the influence of John Williams, especially the tragedy of Revenge of the Sith. Not fully Sith, but very close. And I don't think this is just inspiration. I think they're setting her up to become the canon version of Darth Talon. And we got escape and sacrifice. Meanwhile, Lawson sacrifices himself. The group barely escapes. Dryden Voss extracts Maul. There's even a subtle tonal shift. The music briefly echoes Return of the Jedi before snapping back into tension. And Maul, calm, focused, already planning ahead. Then we get the final scene. On the ship, Devon grips Maul's lightsaber. I'm ready. Exactly where this story was always headed. Alright, my rating for the finale, Chapter 10 gets a 9.5 out of 10. Vader delivers, Devon's turn lands, and everything fits perfectly into the timeline while pushing the story forward. Overall series takeaway, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord gets a 9 out of 10 for me. This series didn't let up. Every part felt intentional. Deep character work, high-level action, strong thematic direction, and what's really interesting, this story pulls from George Lucas's original sequel trilogy ideas, where Maul rises as a crime lord after the fall of the Empire. And honestly, for most of us Star Wars fans, we're loving seeing Lucas's vision redefined in the current canon. I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Filoni has George Lucas on speed dial helping behind the scenes. And that makes this project feel even more special, guys. So here's the question, did Maul lose or did he just play everyone? And did Vader actually win anything here? Drop your take below and I'm reading every comment. For more breakdowns like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, stay nerdy, may the Force be with you, and I'll see you next time.